found a good clock.
Okay, it's 5:30. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we've had a chance to take a look at the minutes for the September 24th meeting. Anybody have any changes to those minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And fiscal officers report?
We have the discussion that we were going to have, but without one of the members here, I'm going to put that off until next week, the apportionment of investment income.
Okay.
So that'll be on the schedule for next week, and
All right.
barring that, we have the bills that are ready for your action tonight.
Okay, very good. We have had a chance to take a look at those bills. Anybody have any questions about the bills? Hearing none, is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Anything else for us?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much. We do have a special activity, a public hearing, a proposal to create villages of Winding Creek, the Boulevard Section 6 Street Light District. And so I'd like to entertain a motion to recess the regular meeting and open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have resolution 5125, a resolution approving or denying, modifying, providing for changes in Quick Creek Township streetlight system, establishing the villages of Winding Creek Streetlight, Section 6 Street Light District.
15 poles, 75 lots, proposal is $118.80 assessment per year per lot for mining system operational. Outside of that,
Pretty straightforward.
question.
Anybody have any questions about this? Okay, no further comments in the public hearing, and we'll adjourn the public hearing with a motion, please.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And reconvening the regular meeting, and I'd like to entertain a motion to approve resolution 5125.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. Anything else on any other special activities, Matt?
No, that's all, thank you.
And we do have some public comments scheduled, but we'll also have some, anybody have any public comments? I'll bring it up at this time. Planning and zoning, we have a discussion to initiate text amendment for clarification of zoning requirements for minimum lot size with respect to drainage easements.
Yes, sir. In 2005, with the update to the master land use plan, there was a ripple into the zoning resolution. We're looking at minimum lot size. Things that we cut out: road right-of-way, high-pressure gas lines, drainage easements, just to name a couple. And this was based upon some history where we had larger drainage easements consuming, 3/4 of the lot. So functionally, the property owner did not have the same ability to use their land as the adjoining property owner. So we had setback issues, we had board zoning appeals requests and the like come through. Since 2005, it's been in place. We've been taking out those drainage easements that exist, no matter how large or small. Had a discussion with Dan Common, who's in the audience today. He's a developer and a resident of Quick Creek Township, about what was the intent, how are things going through, how it's different between a sewered lot versus a non-sewered lot for minimum building size, acreage, and the like. Ultimately came up with the discussion of, this is a vague term that could be more specific. So in essence, a drainage easement at this point in time is any drainage easement. When you look at the subdivision regulations, they require, through the final platting, to have 5 foot per side and 15 foot in the rear as a standard requirement for stormwater management. So the refined language would be anything in excess of that requirement. So truly, if we had a detention basin you put on a person's property, we take the 5 foot, 5 foot 15, that's credit back, but anything greater, let's just say it was a 3/4 of an acre lot in the sewered area, and half of that was a detention basin. Well, then they're truly going to have to meet the minimum lot size of that classification, which is 1/3 of an acre or half, exclusive of that. So this actually gives credit back to developers and property owners for something, so we're not double hitting them as regulations from the government, one from the subdivision regulations, and again hitting them again from zoning. But truly, if the intent, which it was back in the day when written, to have these excess or things that are going to impact development taken care of, then this update would do so. So that's a thumbnail. I'm happy to have further discussion and go through.
So, we should, it seems like a good idea, it makes sense. But, can we do that throughout the code?
Yeah, I think ultimately the discussion started in the Seward areas, but if this is something that we're refining, it would make sense to refine it throughout the entire code so that everyone gets the benefit of the refinement. And at this point, it's still discussion. If you're wanting to have the direction of make it a text amendment, then it would come back before you. You would initiate it. Zoning Commission have a public hearing. You'd have a public hearing. And then after a 30-day referendum, it would be new regulation.
I don't see any reason why any resident would have a problem with this, correct?
No, actually, we're still protecting health safety through that. So I'm not seeing an issue from a backlash of, oh, I have more use of my property than what you gave me before, type of discussion.
Yeah, well, that's one of those things that when that was, whatever revision that was, what year it was done, does that go clear back to, when we do that?
It's a 2005, so it was after all of the beatings that occurred for minimum lot size and how we were going to get there.
Yep.
And the like, and it's held, but also during that time, we've not had as much development. And this is one of the things Mr. Conlon can probably speak to greater than myself. You know, he's doing a subdivision, started looking at all the calculations, whereas the regulations come in, and it's like, okay, I'm taking care of everything required of the county, and now I have to add that back in and increase the lot sizes because of your regulation. When in fact, we're talking about the same drainage easement on 90+% of those lots.
Well, I think we should simply direct Jeff to go ahead and get some legislation put together and go through the steps. And Dan, you want to make some comments about it? More welcome. Come on up if you don't mind it, because we have to record things and I have to state your name for it. Okay?
My name's Dan Conlon. For some of you guys that know me, that's fine, but if you don't know me, I've been a resident of Clear Creek Township for about 35 years. I've built and developed probably 300 homes and 200 lots in Clear Creek Township over that span. Haven't done a whole lot in the last 10 years or so, but very familiar with, you know, the township and their requirements. The only comment that I would make in addition to what Jeff talked about was that when we talked about it, that particular, we put in there, I think it was supposed to be on non-sewer lots, and then didn't we say that, Jeff?
Yeah, our initial discussion for you and I, since we were dealing with non-sewer,
Yeah.
Was, because we had debate back and forth, what was the rationale for taking so much of the acreage out, what we were trying to, and ultimately we were trying to achieve a leach field area. And, you know, Mr. Conlon brought up, well, if I don't have the leach field issue to contend with, well, why are you dinging me? And that started the discussion back and forth, and ultimately I think, you know, I've evolved, and hey, if it's good for one classification, it should be good for the other if we've truly refined the document. But
Yeah, and basically what we had talked about, my recollection of that was that the drainage easement would apply to non-sewer lots in excess of Warren County Regional Planning
correct.
thing. So if I had a sewer lot in R1A, I had my property rezoned last year, R1A, and that's what I was looking at with Jeff when I did all this. It's like, you know, why do you care what the drainage easement is? I already have sewer there. You're not, you know, I don't need extra space for a septic system. So that's all.
Yeah. No, that's, it sounds to me like it's good, it'll be a good amendment.
Yeah, and as we talked about as the verbiage, the term should be clarified that any size over the requirements of the Warren County subdivision regulations for a plat should be excluded, is where we're at. So it gives you the credit back for what you're already being required by the final plat to have, but in excess of those areas that you have greater drainage easements because you actually have wet areas, wetlands, drainage detention.
And again, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Are you saying non-sewer lots in excess?
The way in which it would be non-sewer and sewer lots. We'll both get the credit of having the
But I
drainage.
guess the problem that I have with that is again, if you have an R1A lot and I have sewer to it, and half the lot has a drainage easement
Mhm.
across it, and let's just say it's 25 feet instead of 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't see why that should be in there. It should only say, if you're having to add to the lot size because of the drainage easement,
Mhm.
it should only apply to a non-sewer lot.
So I think in a situation that you're talking about with sanitary sewer,
Mhm.
you still need to make sure that you have space for the home and the accessories
That's
that would
correct.
exist
That's
in there. So I would think it would apply equally to both. So I think
Okay.
both would get the credit if you truly have an area that, again, has more drainage,
Mhm.
then that individual would have theoretically less space for home accessories unless you bump that back up so they have equal. But,
Yeah, you could look at it that way, I guess, so, you know.
but it's
I'm
all,
just-
it's all discussion at this
Yeah, I'm
point, so
not-
they may feel different.
Yeah, I'm not jumping up, you know, I just looked at the code and looked at it, and based on my experience over the previous years, I said, hey, looks like maybe we could do a little better on it, and that's it.
I would appreciate.
And I'm not, you know, it's not gonna kill me one way or the other, I'm just,
Well, no, so,
Yeah.
you know, over time, things change, and we look at things a little different.
yeah, I just saw something in there that looked like it could use a little clarification, and,
I
you know,
appreciate it.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. Okay. Any other comments on that? You'll prepare some things for us?
Yeah, I'll prepare,
Get the notices out and do what you do.
Yep. And again, we'll come back to the zoning commission. This will be something that I'm sure will be debated,
Yep.
and it may get refined again before it comes back to you for your final discussion, or you may at that meeting have additional. But as we said before, we initiate these things, we put them through, we believe that they're gonna work, we have real world situation, and sometimes they need to be tweaked, and this is an improvement for clarity.
Absolutely. Okay, and monthly report, Jim?
Yeah, nothing to ring the bell, but I can answer any questions that you may have about the month.
I have any questions from the zoning department's monthly report? Okay. Anything else at all?
Not this time.
Very good. Moving on to the police department. Chief, we have a monthly report from you.
All I have is the monthly, and just to let the board know that the sheriff has requested some mutual aid assistance Friday for the presidential visit, so
Yeah.
we will be sending some officers down to assist with that, whatever that entails. Politics
Yes,
going
you'll
on
find
right
out.
now, so but we will have officers down there on his request for mutual aid. He's asking all departments to assist, so.
Anybody have any questions for the chief about this monthly report? Okay, moving on to the fire district, we have a request to accept a donation for $250 from Dominion Energy Transmission Corporation.
Yep, this is part of their annual giving to safety departments. Respectfully ask you to approve their donation.
Sure. We have a motion to accept this donation from Dominion Energy Transmission Corporation.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Musical.
Yay.
Mr. Wood.
Yeah. And a monthly report from the fire district, yeah?
Yep, monthly report, standard format. If there's any specific questions anyone has?
I don't have any.
Up the open house stuff.
Very good, well attended. I think 300 plus people based on the number of fire helmets we gave away and those kinds of things. Hot dogs. So it was well attended.
I didn't miss it, but
It was hot.
traveling.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Anything else, Tim?
Not this time.
Great, thank you very much. Road department, we have a monthly report from the road department. Anybody have any questions or comments about that?
We're still working on that pickup truck, we just got the license plate and the title for it, so.
Moving forward.
Yep.
Scott's on vacation and Denver, they're going to probably have some storms, so. Okay. Administration, we have a request to authorize the payout of annual education incentives to be certified to the fiscal officer on October 26th.
I don't have those total figures yet, but we have put out a request for all departments to certify the
Amount.
amount. The one-off that I asked for in this particular situation, I intended to have a handbook revision done at this point, but obviously did not. I would ask for an additional $200 per category per person the education incentive, beyond what's actually written in the handbook.
Now, just dealing also with with our contract with the union for that.
That's, yes, they have already been updated to the new level, so I'm asking to match non-bargaining folks to that same level.
Which makes sense to me.
There won't be an exception next year in the handbook.
Right. So do you need a motion from us
I
automatically?
think so, because it's gonna, you're going beyond what the handbook allows.
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to amend the handbook to allow for the increase for the non-union individuals.
So moved.
Mr. Musbaugh?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Anything else at this time, Matt?
I do actually, one particular matter that developed very late this afternoon, as you might have noticed around the building, their roofing has been replacing the soffit fascia gutter boarded trim on the gables. And Wade did qualify his estimate by saying that I base the estimate on what I can see. Right, so now that they've got the gutters down, they see that the damage to the gutter boards in particular are a little bit more extensive than they feared, or than they thought. So, he's requested to put in a change order for an additional $1,000 to add on to the quote. It was $77.50 was the quote that was approved. So he's asked for a change order to add $1,000 for $87.50 total, to do the repairs. I hate that it's project's half done, and he asked for it, but
Well,
he did express his.
sometimes you can't help it.
Did he point out to you the point?
Yeah, we walked around the building several times, and obviously we're getting new gutters as well too, so we're adding a downspout over there, and there's more extensive damage on the fascia boards. Those were the two primary cost drivers for the change order.
Well, we certainly get it done right, but that'll put out for sure.
Really don't have a choice now,
No.
we're halfway through it, and,
That's okay. Is there a motion to add an additional, not to exceed $1,000 to the original estimate?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Musbaugh?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah, and that was for room break, is that?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
thanks.
Sure, sure. Okay. And we do have somebody that came in after the meeting started. How are you?
I'm well.
You have, that's pretty much, we're done with the meetings. So do you have some comments or anything you would like to bring up?
Well, my name is Karen Walters.
Come on up if you would, Karen.
So my name is Karen Walters. I live at 1109 Margot Court in Soraya Farms. Scott Birding came in earlier this week, and I think he spoke to, yes, was very kind with our bill, by the way. We are now in our home. We understand that there is some debate about the zoning of Mintwood Drive or Road, whether or not it's going to continue on and connect to go out to 48, or whether it will not.
Certainly is some conversation about that. We haven't changed anything or decided to do anything. We certainly wanted to hear from people who live out in that area. So if you have any comments about that, in your opinion, would you like that to go through and open that up, or would you like to have it closed and
Well,
called?
I'm sort of here to represent Margot Court.
Okay.
So there are 4 of us now. There are 3 additional homes being built there. We are not in favor of that to go through. We prefer to have the in and out to be up by the now model home.
Sure.
There's a couple of reasons for that. We like the safety vetted insurers. There's only one way in, one way out. I'm there all week long by myself. By the way, the Clear Creek Township Police have been fantastic to me, because I told them I'm basically there by myself, and there's not a lot of bills on those homes. So it gets a little creepy out there at night. It's dark, and I'm by a wood. I know there was some concern about the increased traffic as we get more people moving in there. It really is a community setting. It's safe, it's quiet. We don't feel there is a need to have an exit. They've taken out so many trees, Sherry and the plan to destroy more trees and to put in the cost to connect that road. We would like it not to be connected.
Understood. And we are gathering some information and talking to other folks out there. We'll have something coming around here pretty soon. I would expect to make a decision on that. But we haven't made that decision, and we want the trustees to be here, and so we could all discuss it, and Jason had to be out of town, so he couldn't be here tonight. So we're not sure how that all ended up, but at this point, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm inclined to agree with you that we don't need to open it up. But as other people come and talk, I'm not closed-minded to their conversations either. So it'll take us a little bit of time to get that done, and we'll make a decision on there pretty soon. I don't think it'll be too far down the road.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the zoning commission last Monday did not finalize stage 3 pending the trustees' discussion potentially with the county commissioners. So there's still more balls in the air that still haven't been resolved since last Monday. That's why nothing is brought forward, because we're still trying to get some information. So at this point in time, still a good discussion, but nothing's been finalized.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Absolutely. I respectfully appreciate you taking the time to hear my voice.
Sure. Appreciate you coming.
Jeff, I'd kind of be curious, before we make final decisions, or as we talk about it, of the houses that are there in the community, how many have children, like little kids running around, that sort of thing, where traffic would be an issue or something to be concerned also?
I'll see what I can figure out.
You may know, how many houses in your immediate?
To come back up.
Yes, please.
So on Margot Court, we have 3 homes being built. 2 of the 3 homes are much younger than Scott and I. They're in their early 30s, I'll say. One has a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old, and now a 1-year-old. And the other one has a 2-year-old, and she's pregnant. So there are only 2 children.
Very good. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It does make a difference. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming. At staff reports, staff updates, anything particular to bring up?
I have a couple of things. We're doing a collaborative ethics training with the city of Springboro on Wednesday morning. State Ethics Commission is sending a speaker down. I've actually heard her speak before. She's quite good. She takes a dry topic and makes it at least somewhat interesting. So it's here at an hour and a half cooperative training. Greg Shackelford, the assistant city manager of Springboro, organized it. So thanks to him for pulling together, and we will come and stand shoulder to shoulder with city employees and learn together. We began live punching in ADP on Saturday. That's a big milestone for us. It's been quite a few months in the making. We've had better struggles, so it's a good milestone to get to, and the idea is that we'll do a live payroll on November the 2nd. Will be our first live payroll with ADP. So a lot of blood and guts getting there, but
Good for you.
we're getting
Gutsy if you do it right before Christmas.
Notice we're well ahead of Christmas. Big case. Yeah, big case. Flu shots, we're doing flu shots on October 23rd here, mid-morning, I'm guessing. US Health Works is our occupational medicine provider. They're going to bill our health insurance for the shots. Some of our part-time folks, just a handful of them, I did say that we would pay for their inoculations as well if they choose to participate. So if you're interested.
What's the time on that? What time does that start?
We're thinking mid-morning sometime, 10, 11, something like that. They're going to be here for about 2 hours, I think. I'm going to ask if they'll bring high dose, too, because some people require high dose. You would require high dose.
Was on hold?
No.
An all-around good guy.
Higher risk.
Because of my experience.
You're more valuable. You're more valuable.
You had a lot of time to build up antibodies.
I'm going to see if they'll bring some high dose. Sometimes they don't bring high dose on the site visits. I don't know why. I've experienced that a few times.
Way to go.
And the last thing is, we got the County Grants Administration Office sent us the packet of a letter for community development block grant opportunities. I don't think we've ever gone for that here. Frankly, there's probably not too many areas in Clear Creek Township that qualify because they're generally reserved for lower socioeconomic areas, but that's not to say we're not gonna try. So I wanna try to identify a place or two in the township that might qualify for it. Working with Jeff and Scott to try to come up with a public works project that would improve the neighborhood, so to speak, you know, a drainage project, even a sewer project, frankly, maybe a curbing or repaving project, something that's in need in a particular area that might qualify, try to grab some of those funds. So, just wanted the board to be aware, I'll bring it back with a formal request to make application for the grant in time.
Okay.
So, just wanted to brief you on that. That's all I have for updates.
Very good.
I have one, it's time again for Board of Zoning Appeals interviews. I know that you guys look forward to this every year. We actually have some candidates that are from the public to put in, so we have 2 individuals trying to go for a 3rd position along with the 2 that are up for renewal. So there'd be a potential of 3 appointments out of that grouping. Wanted to see if you had availability on your November the 14th meeting, and a preference either before or after the 5:30 date and time. It should probably take, it should be about 10 minutes each, so yeah, we're looking somewhere around a half hour.
Well, it would probably work better for me to do it earlier, Steve, but I can also do it afterwards. What do you think?
Let me see what the calendar is here. Sorry.
You don't have to say right now, Steve, you can just
Yeah,
let Jeff know.
I'm just trying to get it on your radar so that we don't let it get away.
You said the 14th?
Yes.
We can set the time at the next meeting.
Yeah, we're good with that.
So,
Why don't you,
Frank,
yeah, why don't you do,
so 5 o'clock, or you want to do?
well, why don't you set it up for 4:45 or something like that? Unless nobody can get here.
Well,
That's what's all we can do.
we'll see.
If they can't get here and we need to do it after, we can do it after, but that after is gonna be variable one-on-one for the meeting.
Agreed.
So,
All right, I'll see what I can let you go.
yeah, do what you can do.
All right, thank you. Just put it on your calendar so that you don't double book.
Okay,
All right,
very
thank
good.
you.
Anybody else have anything? All good? Brian, some quiet tonight?
It's great to see you guys. We want to get our money's worth here. You gotta say something.
I gotta justify something, right?
Everything's good.
Good.
Okay, hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second.
Mr. Musical.
Yeah.
Mr. Wade.
Yeah.